Let's find the line that is tangent to the given function when x is equal to -1. Okay, so in order to do this problem, first of all, we have to imagine that we do have some kind of a weird graph. I don't know what it looks like, but at a particular point, there is a line that runs tangent to that graph. Okay, something like that. We want to find the equation of that line. Okay, so now there is a general formula that we can use. Okay, and that formula is y equals the derivative of the function with the given x value plugged in times x minus the given x value plus f of the given x value. So we need to find f prime of a, and f of a. Okay, that's our goal here. So let's get started by finding the derivative of the function. Okay, we're going to use the product rule here. Here's my first piece, and here's my second. So the product rule says derivative of the first, derivative of 1 minus 8x is -8, times the second, which is just e to the x, plus the first left alone, times the derivative of the second. Well, the derivative of the second is e to the x. It stays the same. Okay, so there's my derivative. Now, let's find from that f prime of -1, right? The given a value, -1. So -8 e to the -1 power plus 1 minus 8 times -1 e to the -1 power and don't worry about the e. It's going to be there, but don't worry that it's going to make this problem any more difficult. It's basically just a variable x, okay, or something like that. Okay, let's distribute that. Actually, no, we don't need to distribute. Let's actually just figure this out. -8 times -1 is actually a +8. So this is really 1 plus 8, which is 9. This is 9 e to the -1. And again, if this is just a regular variable, then I could just say -8x, right, or whatever letter you want, plus 9, whatever variable you want to call it, equals 1 e to the -1. Yeah, of course, I'll probably leave that 1 off in the front, though. Don't really need it there. Okay, so the derivative with -1 plugged in is just e to the -1. Okay, that is the slope of the line. Okay, that gives me the slope of the line. Now let's go and find f of -1, f of a, right? So we found this part, and trying to find this one here. Well, that just means plug it into the original function. Okay, that's going to be 1 minus -8, or 1 minus 8 times -1. That's 1 plus 8, which is 9. 9 e to the -1. Okay, so I found this piece. Now I have everything that I need. So my line is y equals f prime of -1 times x minus -1. And the -1, of course, is this -1 here. That's always a in this case. Okay. Plus f of -1, which is 9 e to the -1. Okay, here we go. And we could simplify that, but this is fine. This is in a good form.